in the accident. And we are professional drivers. We are Class 2 drivers. And we are recommending that they use provincial Class 2 bus drivers for all co-curricular trips and extra trips.
And
because we are trained and we have the experience.
What is the difference in training
Class 2
and skill?
and Class 4. In order to become a Class 2 driver, you have 5 days of training, 4 days of in-class training, and a day of first aid. Class 4 driver, there was no training. Now, since the accident, they are implementing 4 hours training.
Since the accident?
Since the accident.
Why do you feel that it's important to be here and to have this recommendation coming from you guys?
I would say because Kelly Lamrack has cut the budget for the last 2 years in about $2 million down the transportation budget. That has to change. That these co-curricular trips and extracurricular trips should be done by provincial bus drivers.
You mean they've cut the school transportation?
Right.
Do you know if there's ever been, I mean, Colleen Ramsey said that they preferred to use the vans and that she didn't think that there would be enough vans or drivers available to make those kinds of trips. Is that the case?
Well, each district does it different, like District 16 where I'm from. We try to use all permanent drivers and then use casuals for the route that we're on. Some other districts might use all casuals. I think they have to take that into account. There is lots of casual drivers, and if the buses are available and casual drivers, I think they should take that into consideration.
Do you remember when they put in place this idea of having a company to be able to provide alternate transportation through vans? A lot of schools did it. Do you remember when they put that in place, and if your group had a stand on that?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
And you mentioned about the cutback in the transportation budget. Do you know if any school has ever been denied? If somebody said, we've got a school trip and we want the yellow school bus, has anybody ever said no, we can't afford to do that?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Given a lack of overall training and budget cuts, was in a certain way an accident, perhaps an incident, foreseeable and in turn avoidable?
I would say that, if I might, that the school bus drivers have an excellent safety record, not only in New Brunswick but also across Canada, because of the provincial nature. So while we can't say, what would have happened on the night of January 2008, we can say definitely that the safety record with Class 2 drivers is above and beyond safer. And in addition, those yellow school buses are built for heavy impacts, whereas 15-passenger vans are not. So I think it's safe to say that the likelihood that this would have not resulted in a tragedy is very high.
Thank you. Okay, thanks guys.
For the record, did you say your name?
Ellen Harris, provincial president of the Central Council School District.